Hello all, welcome to WFHR's Rapids Report, proudly brought to you by Crockett Septic for this June 23rd, 2025. I have your host James here. We're welcoming into, on the phone line I should say, our great friend Keith Olson, band director of the Wisconsin Rapid City Band. Keith, good to talk to you again.
Hey, it's always great to be back with you guys. I know we normally do this earlier in the season, but I'm so happy that we were able to make this finally work as we're getting the season going.
Yeah, it's Pete and I were, Keith and I were kind of joking. It's a bit of a tradition around here having you guys on and talking about the great schedule you got lined up. I want to get into that in a moment, but before we do, to those that may not be familiar with the Wisconsin Rapid City Band, I think it has one of the most interesting histories of anything around in our area. Can we touch on that a little bit, Keith?
Yeah, so the city band itself is over 165 years old, and it's one of the longest running city bands in the country, not just in the state of Wisconsin. So I'm super proud to be the music director for the group. This is I think my 10th season.
Wow.
And it's shaping up to be a really cool season. I'm looking forward to getting the rest of it underway.
When I hear that number, and I'm looking at the website right now. You can go to wrcityband.org to see what I'm seeing. That number just stands out so big to me. To think of an organization, to think of something being around that long, it's always impressive. But then when you think about it being a city band, I think that adds to it. And then, if you don't mind, I want to talk about the types of members that are a part of this band, Keith, because there's so many local people that I think people will know, and also just great individuals of our community that come together for this.
Yeah, it's a very wide variety of people. We were just checking last week after our first concert. I try and do this during the first rehearsal and forgot to do it this year. So after the concert last week, I was kind of asking around some of the high school kids that play with us. And I believe our youngest member this year is 15 years and 3 months old.
Holy
and
cow!
Our oldest member is just had an 80th birthday.
Oh, is that cool?
Yeah, it's really cool to see how the young kids interact with the older folks in the band, and how they can make music together. It's just really cool to see and to watch. And then we have a ton of retired or active band directors. We have a number of new people that have moved into the area that have heard about us and asked if they can join the band. And of course, we welcome them with open arms to come in and play. We have people that are doubling on their other instrument in the band instead of what their primary instrument might be. It's just it's a really cool experience, and I think the fact that we rehearse the music a couple hours before the concert and then we play right away Tuesday night at Robinson Park typically is another really interesting aspect of the piece. A lot of people in the audience don't realize that the band has basically had the music and looked at it just 2 hours prior to the show.
Yeah, that just performance-wise, that stands out to me so much. I think that's so amazing. And a credit to everybody involved in pulling that off. And you guys...
it's so much fun.
And you guys had your first show of the year already, right?
We did. Last Tuesday was our opening night, and we did dedicate that show to our longtime bassoon and more recently piccolo player in the band, Rob Case. He passed away very suddenly a couple of weeks ago, and we had just found out about it the Friday before that show. So it was a little bittersweet. We knew Rob would not join us this year. He was of declining health, but to not have him in the audience and to not have him on stage with us this year was it made it a little bit real. So it was a little bittersweet that first show.
Yeah, I feel for you and everybody involved, and certainly his friends and family. I would imagine it is probably the best way to honor him, though. What you guys did, I think it sounds like you did a really nice job of honoring him.
Yeah, it absolutely was. Our board president, James Zabel, got some pictures of the. We left an empty chair with a piccolo on it on stage for the concert, and those are up on our Facebook page if you wanted to see those. Maybe read a little bit about Rob. I didn't post a lot there because my personal relationship with him was very long, and I could have taken a long time to and taken up a lot of Facebook space to write about Rob. But yeah, it was a nice way, very fitting way to start the season.
Good to hear. And do me a favor and say hi to Mr. Zabel when you get a chance for me. I haven't seen him in ages. I want to talk about.
I will do that.
Thank you. I wanted to touch on your guys' season and the events you have, the schedule that you have coming up. One of them is going to be this Tuesday on the 24th. I see that you guys are going to be having some special guests joining you.
Yeah, we are really excited to be bringing in the 132nd Army Guard Band out of Madison again for this week's concert. I initially wanted them a little later in the season if we could have gotten them, but this was the only night they had available, and they were so excited to come back to the PAC that they made room in their schedule. This was our option, so we took it. It's going to be an incredible show. They bring in their concert band as well as a little jazz and rock group. The concert is sponsored by some good friends of mine on TCR, metal and tool metal handling and stamping out of Nakusa. And one of the owners of the company is actually going to play lead alto with us on the concert this week. So, and the other owner, he's out of town this week, but he's also one of our horn players, and all of his kids play horn in the ensemble. So, it's going to be a pretty cool night.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. And the way that anytime you have a military band that you get to hear or be around or anything, cannot encourage people to take it in enough, not only to pay respect to these individuals, but they're incredible. They're incredible. Yeah. They always sound great.
Yeah, they are in the upper echelon of performers in not just in the country but in the world. Mm-hmm. And this group is no exception. They are phenomenal, and they're so easy to work with. Mm. Other than the DoD email systems don't always like us civilians, but we've managed to work through that. But the folks are just so much fun to work with, and they're so reliable, and I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
Is the next event on the calendar the 4th of July event?
After the PAC performance with the 132nd, then we'll have a Tuesday night off from Robinson Park, and we will be down at Centralia on Friday the 4th. And that's our usual show down there. We start at 7, I believe, for that one instead of 7:30, to allow everybody to kind of get out of the way or go and enjoy the fireworks. That's going to also be a really neat show. I always look forward to that one a lot.
Yeah, it's always a special one. And then is it pretty much every Tuesday going forward the rest of the summer for you guys over at Robinson Park?
Yep, the rest of the summer is going to be at Robinson Park, barring any weather. The July the 8th is our usual show, as is the 15th. July 22nd is our annual dance concert, and the sponsor for that is a local swing group, the Swing Doctors, 17-piece big band. They not only sponsor it, but they come and split the concert with us. So the city band will play 4 dance tunes or so, and then the Swing Doctors take over and play the rest of the concert. So if you like the swing dance, you should come out that night We'll have the dance floor all swept off at Robinson, and you can dance along.
That is going to be a blast, as it is all summer long over at Robinson Park, one of my favorite places in this whole world. That's going to be a blast over there. You're going to have that wonderful city, the band shell to take in these things, great acoustics over there, and a wonderful area to be able to take in a concert.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. That's one of my favorite ones. I play with the Swing Doctors and have for 30 years that we've been around. And so I always look forward to that one because I get to direct 4 tunes or so, and then I also get to play. So that's one of my favorite shows every year. And the Swing Doctors keep insisting on sponsoring and coming and playing. So until they stop insisting on doing it, I'm going to keep asking.
That's awesome. It's always awesome talking with you, Keith. We don't get to talk with you nearly enough. Keep in mind the door is always open for you guys. Would love to talk again real soon. If people have follow-up questions, they'd like to know more, how can they reach you, Keith?
Well, they can check in with us on Facebook. We will be trying to post stuff a couple times a week as to what's going on. Right through our final concert is August 5th. And that's our big theme concert. We also call it our benefit concert. And this year's theme is colors. So we're going to do a number of tunes related to colors. Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas. Black is the Color of My True Love's Hair from Holst. Sorry, not Holst. The composer is going to slip my mind right now.
I know. I think we.
It'll come to me, and then I'll call you guys back. But we also purchased a new tune for this show, for that final show. It's actually a 3-piece suite by Robert W. Smith, and it has 3 pieces entitled Red, Yellow, and Blue. And it's a really cool piece. That'll probably be our closer for that show. So
that'll be a good one.
Yeah, it's going to be a great season. I'm really looking forward to it.
We are too, and I have to let you and the audience. I have to apologize real quick. Do you know Pete Ravel?
I do.
Okay, I thought you might. So I'm working on messaging Pete back to get him on a show, and I apologize that I've called you Pete a couple of times, Keith. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you caught that or not, but
quite all right.
I was in the middle of that, and I guess I just did a musician thing there. I apologize, man, but it's
that's okay. If you're going to confuse me with Pete Ravel, I will take that as a compliment.
Always good talking with you, man. Don't be a stranger. We'll talk. Stop by anytime, and we'll talk again real soon. Thanks for the time.
Cool. Thank you so much for the on-air stuff. We really appreciate it.
Have a great season.
Thanks. You too.
And thank you, everybody, for joining us for another edition of Rapids Report, proudly brought to you by Crockett Septic here at WFHR.